Alright, quick question. You've finally decided to move some funds, maybe consolidate investments, or just shuffle things around. You hit that transfer button on M1 Finance, and then you wait. But how long is that wait, exactly? Are we talking hours, days, or are we entering some kind of financial time warp? If you've ever found yourself staring at your M1 Finance account wondering where your money went, you're in the right place. Let's be real, the world of online investing is supposed to be fast, efficient, and transparent. But when it comes to the nitty-gritty of moving your hard-earned cash, things can get a little murky. That's why we're diving deep into the often overlooked world of M1 Finance transfer times. We're going to break down the different types of transfers, the factors that influence them, and give you a realistic timeline to manage your expectations. Before we get into the specifics, let's establish a baseline. M1 Finance, like many brokerage platforms, deals with a complex network of banks, clearinghouses, and regulatory bodies. This means that transfers aren't always as instantaneous as we might like. They're subject to verification processes, security protocols, and good old-fashioned processing times. So, what kind of transfers are we talking about? Well, there are a few key ones. ACH transfers, automated clearinghouse. This is the most common type of transfer for moving money between your bank account and your M1 Finance account. ACAT transfers, automated customer account transfer service. This is used for transferring investments from another brokerage account to your M1 Finance account. Internal transfers, moving funds between different pies or accounts within your M1 Finance portfolio. Let's tackle ACH transfers first. This is likely what you'll be using for your regular deposits and withdrawals. The good news is, M1 Finance is generally pretty efficient with ACH transfers. However, there are a few nuances to consider. Typically, an ACH transfer to deposit funds into your M1 Finance account will take anywhere from 1 to 3 business days. This includes the time it takes for the transfer to initiate, for your bank to verify the funds, and for M1 Finance to receive and process them. Now, why the range? Several factors can influence this timeline. Bank processing times. Different banks have different processing speeds. Some banks might clear transactions faster than others. Verification delays. If M1 Finance or your bank flags a transfer for additional verification, it can add to the processing time. This might happen with larger transfers or if there are inconsistencies in your account information. Weekends and holidays. Banks and financial institutions generally don't process transfers on weekends or holidays. So, if you initiate a transfer on a Friday afternoon, it might not start processing until Monday. Cutoff times. M1 Finance and your bank likely have cutoff times for processing transfers. If you initiate a transfer after the cutoff time, it might not be processed until the next business day. What about withdrawing funds? The process is similar, but it can sometimes take a bit longer. Expect withdrawals to take 2 to 5 business days. This extra time accounts for the additional steps involved in verifying the withdrawal and ensuring the funds are properly transferred back to your bank account. Now, let's talk about ACAT transfers. This is where things can get a bit more complex. ACAT transfers involve moving your entire portfolio from another brokerage to M1 Finance. This is a big move, and it requires coordination between multiple parties. The typical timeline for an ACAT transfer is 5 to 10 business days, but it can sometimes take longer. This is because brokerage coordination. Both your old brokerage and M1 Finance need to communicate and coordinate the transfer. This can involve paperwork, verification, and technical processes. Portfolio size and complexity. Larger and more complex portfolios with a wide range of assets might take longer to transfer. Asset liquidation. If your old brokerage needs to liquidate certain assets before transferring them, it can add to the processing time. Potential errors. Any errors in the transfer request or account information can cause delays. If you're planning an ACAT transfer, it's crucial to be patient and proactive. Double-check all your account information and stay in communication with both brokerages. Finally, let's touch on internal transfers. These are the quickest transfers within the M1 Finance ecosystem. If you're moving funds between different pies or accounts within your portfolio, it's usually a matter of minutes or hours. This is because the transfer is happening entirely within M1 Finance's system. However, even internal transfers can be subject to delays if there are technical issues or if M1 Finance is experiencing high traffic. Now, here are a few tips to help you manage your transfer expectations and minimize potential delays. Plan ahead. If you know you'll need to move funds, initiate the transfer a few days in advance, especially if you're working with ACH transfers or ACAT transfers. Double-check your information. Ensure that your bank account information and M1 Finance account details are accurate. Any discrepancies can cause delays. Initiate transfers early in the day. Try to initiate transfers before the cutoff times to ensure they're processed on the same day. Monitor your account. Keep an eye on your M1 Finance account and your bank account for updates on the transfer status. Contact customer support. If you experience any unusual delays or have any questions, don't hesitate to contact M1 Finance customer support. Understand bank holidays. Be aware of bank holidays and plan accordingly. It's also important to remember that the financial world is constantly evolving. M1 Finance may update their transfer processes and timelines from time to time. So, it's always a good idea to check their official website or contact customer support for the most up-to-date information. Ultimately, understanding M1 Finance transfer times is all about managing your expectations. While the platform strives for efficiency, there are inherent factors that can influence the speed of your transfers. By being informed and proactive, you can minimize delays and ensure a smooth transfer experience. Remember, patience is key. The financial world, while increasingly digital, still operates on a complex framework. Understand the limitations, plan accordingly, and you'll navigate the transfer process with much less stress. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.